Welcome back. Early morning show. And this is coming to you live. Well, not live because it's pre-recorded because I'm in Puerto Rico. Damn straight I am. Actually, I'm on the way by the time you're watching this. Working my way there. My first week in Michigan wasn't bad. Visited a record store. Found a couple of record store day items that I had wanted, like the John Carpenter soundtrack, the Verlaines. Found those albums and a couple other things, so that was pretty good. And it was just kind of fun. Back in Detroit again, which is an area I know really well, so I'm traveling around, enjoying that. But the thing is, we're doing this bathroom remodel, and getting a big bathroom now instead of two small things. And they look and they say, your floor's sagging. We're going to have to take out your closet. Now, we got this walk-in closet, and, filled with stuff. My wife, there's like two big closets. My wife has them both full. I just have one side. And, oh my God, okay, all right. So we thought it just needed a ceiling. So, okay, we take out all the clothes. Well, then they find out, well, the floor has to come out too. So now we have to take everything out. So the guest bedroom's just this massive pile of clothes. And then, so then, yeah, your floor's sagging, and they have to bring in some beams, steel beams to kind of push this up, and then downstairs they put in a rod to kind of push the ceiling up. I missed all the action as I was in Detroit. But my point is this, so I had record store day, and I went to a record store, bought some more records. Oh, then there was some stuff that came in online, and now I have this. And you're looking at the cost of this, and it's depressing as hell. And God, there's only one thing to do. Well, go buy some more records so I feel better, Here's what, you watch those shows on TV, those home shows, and they come in and they go, well, we're going to do that bathroom, and we're looking at this. We're going to take it all apart. We're going to put in new plumbing. We're going to move this there. We're going to take out that wall, and we can have that done in 3 days. We're talking a month, maybe longer now because of this. And then you watch those home shows and they go, and we're going to gut your house. We're going to change everything around. We're going to brand new kitchen, all that for $30,000. What? Hell, my bathroom's more than that. I don't know. Those home shows are a bunch of BS crap on what they say. How do they do it? Whether you bring in an army. Oh my God. This has not been a good experience. I'll have a big shower though. Okay, maybe that'll make it all worthwhile. Well, so let's go. A couple shout outs. First channel, and some of these I've been meeting with my contest. So again, we got till June 30th on my thank you drawing, because again, it's not a contest. It's not about subs. But I've been just getting into some new channels, been finding out. One of them is called Hip Hops. Hip Hops, okay? And what he does is he pairs a beer with the music at the beginning of every episode. So this guy likes beer, man. And he really, really, really likes beer. He's young and likes to pair it. I look at a beer and I'll take that one because I like the name of it. Yeah, that's my scientific thought of it. He pairs it up, and his name's Danny, and just and he's it's fun to see as he's discovering more and more music that some of those old guys know all about, but I'm learning about a lot of the newer music too. So really good channel. He has, I think, 61 subs. The other one is Vinlizing Progger. So it's prog music. Now, I'm not the biggest prog guy in the world. I do have some prog, Bill Vinylverse, but he shows other things too, and I'm always open to learn more about music. So I've been enjoying his channel, and that is Richard, and he also has around 50 subs. So 2 new channels, Hip Hops, Vinlizing Progger, well worth looking at and checking out. So we're beginning with some VCLT that came in. First is Hackman. It's Hackman 377. That's Jason. And I've known Jason now for a few years. And when he first started in, I was one of his early subs. And he sent me Brazilian music. So I showed kind of briefly what Jason had sent me. He knows so much about Brazilian music. He's connected with it, with Brazil. And so his knowledge is by far the best I've heard in the VC, and this is his passion: Brazilian music, new and old. So he sent me some albums, and I have listened to them, and I want to share them with you. The first one is a group called Meta Meta. All right, and this is the album. This is what it looks like. This is new Brazilian. This is what's going on now. These folks really are invented the new Brazilian music scene. They took and they explored, the Brazilian underground music that was going on, and added in an Afro Brazilian kind of feel to it. Funk. It's like African inspired jazz funk with post-punk added in. It's really an updated sound. This is not your normal samba or stuff like that. I mean, this is really, really cool stuff. This album here, this is a newer album. I believe it just came out last year. It's an assortment of B-sides by them. Man, this thing's on super thick cardstock too. I mean, this is nicely done. This is, how they're open on both. That one's sealed up. This has a harder edge to it. It is really, really cool sounding because it's different. You can, you feel the Afro, and some of the voices are kind of, have that Brazilian, which you almost think that 60s sound, the female voice, but yet there's some hard edge stuff going on. Super cool. Meta. Jason, if you're watching, please let me know how can you find this in the U.S. I mean, I checked Amazon, I've checked a few things, I've yet to find this group. And I would buy Meta in a heartbeat. I really love the sound because it's updating. And so we got something brand new coming out of Brazil, and super exciting stuff. So that was album number 1. The second album, and this one here, this is a Novos Baianos. This came out in 1972. This is considered in Brazil to be one of the greatest albums they have made. It is a classic. The group itself was from 67, from 69 to 79, so just 10 years. And I believe they're out of more of the northern part of Brazil. It is like a mixture, you could say. There's some psych rock, some samba rock, tropicala. It's in there. It's all mixed in there. Again, the vocals you can hear almost the 60s kind of a feel to the samba, but then they change it up and they turn it up, and the instrumentation is really, really cool. It is. This is neat. This is a oh man, it's, shall we say, it was joyful music is what they were trying to do. They felt that too much of the Brazilian music that was coming out was kind of almost melancholy, all right? And they wanted to give it some oomph, give it some bam. And so they came up with this. And the name of the album is Acabo Corac, Portuguese, okay? It's not quite as bad as my French, but this came out in '72, and it became a classic. This is just classic Brazilian music, different than it's just not typical samba. Really, very good stuff. Again, I just it's stuff I don't know about. I have not a clue about. I mean, Brazilian music is you just don't see it. You see the old stuff, the sambas and things, but the new or even stuff like this, I have so little knowledge. Africa and Analog Africa is producing some stuff, but it's these kind of classic albums, and Jason has helped me with that through the year. He's given me some other Brazilian music and has expanded my mind with it. So very, very neat. So you hear a little more tradition of that. Meta, that one though, that thing there's some rock in that sucker. That thing's really good. Then the final one, this was from a Manu Mallets, and it has, they look like little 45s, but if you play them on 45, they sound like Mickey Mouse. And so you can't see it. They're actually 33 RPM. So generally speaking, the 33 RPM, the albums look like 33 RPM are now 45 RPM. The record that looks like a 45 RPM is now 33 RPM. This is not good for people like me. So the artist here, Manu Mallets, he wrote this book, did all the drawings on this. Is this just not fascinating? It's in Portuguese, so I didn't quite read it. Once I learn Portuguese, I will. But it's his artwork, and so the music then goes along with this, and it's just really fast. This is just fun. And this is a nice size book. I mean, look at all this. It's just these cool looking drawings. So just something totally different. So fun. This is just fascinating. I really enjoyed it. Very good music. Again, nice Brazilian feel, but it's different. I mean, there is definitely something different going on. And there is got a person's face there, and we got look like a leopard on top of him. Maybe it's a panther, but I don't know. Is he eating him? I'm not sure, but really neat. So Jason, Hackman 377 is his channel. Check it out. And he's doesn't post a ton of videos, but when he does, it's interesting because he's going to take you to a whole different world, and that's worth seeing. My other one, and this came from Seeking a Thread, Dom. And Dom has just a wonderful channel. He works in a record store. He has his own radio show, and he'll put a link on there. And I listened to that, so you can listen to his program, which is, Dom, that's very cool, and I appreciate that. He sent me this. This is from the group called The Kills. Now, what's interesting is he sent me this, and I had just ordered some of their albums because I had The Kills in my previous collection. It is a favorite group of mine. I love these guys. And, the Kills, they formed in 2001, and they're still going on. And really what it was two people. It's a two-person group. Ellison Masshart, I believe, and James Hintz. And they were in two different bands. And these two bands were in England, and they were touring. Well, they met up, these two. They just, they connected. Well, the female, Masshart, she was just kept going at hints. We need to form a band. We need to form a band. And just pestered them until finally he said, all right, we'll do it. And they did, and they formed this. The Kills is what they call it. And this is indie rock, garage rock. There's might be some blues rock, maybe a little lo-fi. It's incendiary, okay? These two, what they can do. Think White Stripes, but harder. I mean, and with a female vocalist, though it's also male vocalist. They've done 5 albums already. This album's called Little Bastard, and this is new. This came out in 2020, and this is a variety of their B-sides, especially from the aughts era, and it's just a fascinating look at them. I'll be showing more because their music, I just got in one of their albums and they sent me a wrong one, so I did order a couple of their albums. They finally came, but it's an incredibly good group. If you want something from this century, The Kills is great. When they recorded, I think one of their albums, they went to where White Stripes went, where White Stripes recorded Elephant. That's where they did their debut. So 2-person group. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you like the sample. I think they're great. Looking at the next one. This is a classic. A lot of people have shown this. So, I try to show, hopefully, a lot of things people don't show, but this one's been shown. I've never had it. And I've wanted it. But guess what? I just never got around to getting it, and I finally did. It's on from, this is a no big label, from Music on Vinyl, re-release this. So it's from the group Slow Dive. This is their classic album, Slovaki. There's actually a video on YouTube you can see about this album. This group formed in '89, up in '95, reformed, I think in 2014, supposedly still going on. They're out of Reading, England. It's basically, it started from 2 people. Neil Halstead, and the female was Rachel Goswell. They were childhood friends since like age 6. And as they got older, they got the instruments, and they formed a group. And they called their group Pumpkin Fairies. Thank God they changed it to Slow Dive. Pumpkin Fairies wouldn't be something, though you would really think, that sounds pretty psyche, doesn't it? Their music is... Their dream pop, shoegaze. It falls into that genre. Slovaki is their 2nd album, and this one was made in '93. Now, they were on Creation Records, and when they went in to do their 2nd album, they had like 40 songs, and they brought it in, and Creation listens and go, no, we want a pop album. We want something different. They went out, they made some more songs. They came back. Creation, nope, don't like them. They brought in Brian Eno, and according to Halstead, he goes, that was the most surreal, stoned experience of his whole life. And with Eno, they made like 2 songs, but it got them going onto a different track. And I believe Creation didn't even really like this album, and it didn't take off at first either. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is the second coming. But it fell into that dream pop, but almost kind of dark, shall we say, at times. There is When the Sun Hits is one of the songs that kind of stood out, and it is a more uplifting song. But again, you have this drone. This thing is with these groups, it's just this large drone, and you're trying to hear then what else is going on below that. Machine Gun is another one on here, and it's kind of a dark but blissful song, if that makes sense. It creates the guitar drone creates this trance, and dream pop does that. So you have this almost like a trance kind of a feel going on, and then you have these vocals in and out. So really happy to have Slovakia. This is, if you're from the 90s, this is one of those important albums of the 90s. Many people have shown it and seen it. Play you a sample. You can decide what you think about it. Up next, Little Walter. And this is the best of Little Walter. This is a Record Store Day from 2018 that I recently found. And Little Walter, he was born in 1930 in Louisiana, but at age 6, they moved to Chicago. And Little Walter, he lived till age 38. Till 68, but he was only 38 when he died. That's just kind of sad, isn't it? Him and Buddy Guy did a lot of music together. No, that was Junior Wells. Sorry, my fault. Little Walter picked up the harmonica at about age 6 and began playing the harmonica. By age 14, he was on Maxwell Street in Chicago playing and was really noticed. And he was so good that all the bluesmen began to get him and grab him and use him for sessions. And this guy's played on so many sessions. And he signed up for Chess Records, and he kind of had a rocky career, always wanting more, thinking deserved more, liking to spend his money. But he made a lot of cool stuff. He also sings, and he said singing became a necessity because blowing the harp, it would be exhausting, and he needed to sing to catch his air back. So that was the importance of singing. This just looks at his music, best of the music up to 1957. They got like My Babe on here, Juke, Blue Lights, Tell Me Mama, You're So Fine, Sad Hours. Just really classic blues from one of the greatest harmonica players that we've ever had. Just 14 awesome hits from 52 to 57 by Little Walter. Extremely important. You find his stuff, you're not going to be disappointed. He died way too soon, but it's just, he made incredible stuff, and he is backing on so many. Kind of like jazz. You put a jazz on, hey, there's Ron Carter's backing up. Little Walter all over the place, just like that.
Not much kissing, hugging, my baby, true little baby, my baby.
My final one, jazz album. And I brought in Lee Morgan, the Raj. This was actually done in '66, but it didn't come out till, I believe, like 84. It's a hard bop album, but it's a little different. Not all hard bop. Morgan is on here, but what's really cool is Hank Mobley's on here on tenor sax. And Morgan and Mobley, the Eminem, like Eminem's, they bond well and they play well together, and their music is, it comes out, it's very catchy, and they really do a great job with it. This is a relaxed, kind of a sophisticated type sound. There's a light Latin feel to it. And they do a couple pop standards and then just some of their own things. Really, I mean, it's a good album. I like Lee Morgan a lot because I love trumpet. This is not my favorite Lee Morgan album. You know, it's a good Lee Morgan album, but I don't consider it a great Lee Morgan album. And some may obviously disagree, but you know, that's okay, right? You know, we all hear things differently, and I'm glad I got it. I will enjoy it, but this won't be one I'll put on all the time. Again, it's just one of these many Blue Note classics that's just been locked up in a closet just because they were making so much music. They couldn't get it all put out. The market was already flooding, and they just kept producing and producing more songs. I mean, Lord knows what's in a the Blue Note vaults. You know what I mean? So, the Raj from Lee Morgan, hey, not good stuff. If you're getting into Lee Morgan, you want to try Lee Morgan, probably not the first place I would go to. Some other stuff that's better. You would think I would tell you a suggestion right now, but my mind's blank because I'm super tired this morning. So that's it. There we go. That's for this week. Could do a couple more, but I'm trying to keep it under 30. Thank you so much for coming in. Those in the drawing, I'll do a update on that next week so we can see who's in it to make sure I haven't missed you. If you have not heard from me, if you've done the drawing and I haven't responded to you, please reach out to me because that probably means I forgot or didn't see it. Thanks. Everyone have a great day. Bienvenidos from Puerto Rico. Bye. Adios.